adopt and authorize the supervisor to sign a negative declaration dated April 14, 2010 for the amendment to the current comprehensive plan and the zoning ordinance and zoning map of the town of Rotterdam for a change of zone for the St. Realty Group Incorporated, as well as a temporary out-of-district service contract relevant to the project in resolution number 137.10 below. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Supervisor.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Question?
Yes. Couple things. First of all, there were a lot of,
Gerard can't hear you.
sorry. There were a lot of comments made last meeting about the building inspector and what he did or did not do at the property. And there were statements made that he's completely given a clean bill of health, he's inspected the property numerous times. I spoke to the building inspector today, Mickey Mahar, and he advised me that any statements to such effect are a complete falsehood. You can call him yourself, but that's what he told me. So he had told me he has never inspected one apartment at the premises. He's only seen a hallway, and that's it. And I, if you don't believe me, ask him yourself, because that's what he told me. So to the extent any of those statements factored, which I don't think it's not a factor in my vote anyway, but the fact that it's on the record, I wanted to clarify that because Mr. Mahar was not here to clarify it himself. Other than that, I'd like to see the motion tabled to discuss the proposal that was set forth, and/or to meet with our attorney to discuss the legal letter we got from the one party and the legal representations from the other party to see what our own counsel advises as far as future litigation on this matter.
Good idea.
Well, as far as Mickey Mahar is concerned, he's been in my office at least 4 or 5 times, sat in a chair across from me, and said, the people belong there, they should stay there, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be there. Only thing is he didn't have a here-you-know-where to sign it so they could stay there. That's the bottom line. But if he wants to come up and say any different, I'd like to see him do that. But I know for a fact he's sat in front of me and said that several times. In fact, he said it 2 days ago in front of me.
That may very well be his opinion, but that's not fact. That's his opinion. The fact is that representations were made that he inspected the property and gave it a clean bill of health. And that alleged fact, according to him, is inaccurate. That's all I'm saying.
What's he saying? Not here.
Mr. Parisi has the floor right now.
I just asked to meet with the attorney if anybody else wants to second such a law.
Okay, but you have to do something.
It was on the question, so I have no more
but
questions.
You have to ask for the motion.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to meet with counsel to discuss the potential litigation in this matter.
So now, you gotta call the vote. All right, somebody's got a second at number 1. If there's no second, there's no motion. Is there a second? Going once, going twice, going 3 times? There's no second, Mr. Parisi. The motion fails. Do you have any other comments on the resolution?
Yeah, you the due clerk?
No, but I just...
Please call the roll.
Mr. Parisi?
No.
Mr. Godlewski?
Yes?
Ms. Deleva?
Yeah, but I'd like to say a couple comments on this. This has been on the table for 2 years, is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
No? How,
The change of zone was filed this year.
prior to the change of zone, they have been in the apartments for how long?
July of 08.
July. So for 2 years, these who are now our Rotterdam residents have been living in these apartments. We had a letter from the superintendent of Mahonison stating that there's Section 8 Well, if there is Section 8, let me tell you, to get Section 8, you have to have every code up to the epitome to be able to even qualify for Section 8. And no, I'm not wrong, because I know a lot about renting apartments, so I'm not wrong. So in order to rent an apartment through Section 8, the code has to be perfect. That's number 2. I keep hearing, you're trying to push this forward tonight, you're trying to push this forward tonight. Where has the previous administration been in the past 2 years when this came up? We got a sewer district that was extended for them. You have families in there, and you know what? I don't care about the politics. You have families here with children. You have families here with children that are over there. They're paying good rent. There's been mistakes on both sides. On both sides. But you know what? You're up here asking us, as the town board, to kick these people out of their homes. What if someone said it to you, you had to move out, and we had to say, you have to get out of your home, and it was up to us? You'd be up there screaming. I respect Dave Bucco. I had a conversation with him today. But what was put on the table today, we got it in the 12th hour. We found out that there was this little thing that we could do, and we can make it another year. I want to know what happened from July 8th, you said?
July 2008.
July 2008 until March 14th right now, why it's in our lap and you want us to kick people out. There's no way I'm kicking a resident of Rotterdam. There are residents, there are children. And as far as the school district, it blows my mind that they can say special ed kids, but they didn't tell you, and it's costing money. They get reimbursed for special ed. And one more thing for special ed kids. Let me tell you this. I taught special ed. I have a full inclusion school. Special ed kids learn like any other child in this world. They may learn differently, and that's the most discriminatory statement I've ever heard, and I resent that to the end. And as far as the children, they believe this. And with that, I vote yes.
Mr. Martin?
This property's been residential for 60 years. If the industrial park and Sync Realty want to work out a compromise, it's not going to be done at the last minute. They can work out a compromise after for an easement to the right of the property if they see fit when everything's set in stone. My vote is yes.